boy's gaze falls on two elderly people. عليهما الوقار, very dignified individuals. يتجهان نحوه من بعيد, advancing towards him from a distance. وقد أخذ الجهد منهما كل مأخذ. And they were quite tired, gripped in fatigue. They were exhausted. جفت منهما الشفاه والحلوب. The dryness of their lips were quite apparent. Extreme thirst. وقف عليه. These two gentlemen came. They stood there. Sallama. They greeted the little boy. And they said, Ya Ghulam, oh boy, you don't know us, we don't know you. But we travelers, we wayfarers, we are rather hungry, extremely thirsty. احلب لنا من هذه الشياه ما نطفئ به ظمأنا ونبل عروقنا. We need a favor from you. You have this flock here, you have these goats here. Could you spare us the milk of one goat? Could you spare us the milk of one goat? It will go a long way with us. We will drink it. It will quench our thirst, saturate our bellies, and hopefully we will gain some energy and we can move on. So the boy, with utmost respect, welcomes them, receives them, and then very sincerely apologizes to them. And he says, أَنَا لَا أَفْعَلْ فَالْغَنَمُ لَيْسَتْ لِي وَأَنَا عَلَيْهَا مُؤْتَمَنْ. Listen, oh uncles, I wish I owned what you see. Never mind a goat, the milk of a goat, I would have given you the entire animal. But trust me, this doesn't belong to me. I'm an employee and I have a trust to discharge. And how dare I commit a breach in my trust? So I am answerable and I have to be transparent to my master, and I have to be loyal and honest and faithful to me. And I cannot imagine taking the milk of a goat without his consent. Hence I ask you to kindly excuse me. Now look at this here. The hadith I quoted in the beginning, the Prophet ﷺ said, "La deena liman la amanata lah." There is no faith left in a person if there is no trustworthiness. This has become one of the most single ingredients that has become absent in our life. So what happens in a typical husband and wife relation? Everything has become very private and personal because it's not transparent. There is no element of trust left. So, you know, my wife mustn't see my phone and she mustn't get on my computer. What's this? No, just a friend of mine. Now he's just asking me where we're going tomorrow. Okay. And then he forgets the phone and he goes outside and then, oh, it's a female friend of yours. And here we realize that things go haywire and there are major issues. There is no trust left in the relation. So the two gentlemen respect the boy. Wonderful. That's great. And that's another lesson we learn. That when this boy said it's a trust, they respected him. They didn't insist on him that we are old, we are aged. There is a leeway, it's a concession. You know, once Anas radiallahu anhu was speaking to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam very confidentially. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam spoke to him, and his mother, Anas's mother, observed the dialogue. So when Anas completed, his mother called him and said, "Anas, what were you speaking?" So he said, "No, my mother, it was a secret between me and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam." Now what did she do? She reinforced that very same sentiments. She said, if it's a secret, my son, don't divulge it to me also. You keep it between you and the Prophet ﷺ. Don't let me know also. Now if my child or every child today comes home and he has a secret and then the mom asks, what is it? So the son says, no, it's a secret. So what's the common reply? How can there be a secret from your mother? You can ask any mufti in the world. How can you say there's a secret? Who's your ustad? Give me his phone number. There's nothing like a secret from your parent. So even if the child has some, I mean, averagely it's not found, but if to a degree it's found, the same sentiments are not reinforced. So I said, okay, if it's a trust, no problem. Then one of the the gentlemen asked this boy, and they said, okay, دلني على شاة لم ينزع عليها فحل. دلني على شاة لم ينزع عليها فحل. Can you show us, can you point to us a female goat, virgin, which has not mated with a male, which in all logic would mean it cannot produce milk? Can you point to us a female virgin goat which has not obviously mated with a male? Can you show us any such goat? So the boy said, that's fine, but you know you're not going to get any milk out of it. He said, no, that you leave to us. It's like saying, can I borrow your car? He says, there's no gas in it, you leave that to me. How I get the car rolling, that I'll do. فأشار الغلام إلى شاة صغيرة قريبة منه. The boy said, that little goat, can you see it in between that kid? Yeah, that's the one. فتقدم الرجل. One out of two gentlemen went forward. وجعل يمسح ذرعها وهو يذكر عليها اسم الله تعالى. And as he went forward, he took his hand and he gently strokes the udder. And while stroking the udder, he recites the dua and he praises Allah. فنظر الغلام إليه في دهشة وقال في نفسه ومتى كانت الشياه الصغيرة التي لم تنزع عليها الفحول تدر لبنا. The boy said, I looked in amazement. I said, I've been a shepherd since I know myself. I know the meadows of Makkah better than anyone can tell me. I mean, you're not going to teach me to get milk out of a goat like this. What are you up to? He said, I'm still trying to digest this peculiar practice. لكن ضرع الشاة ما لبث أن انتفخ وطفق اللبن ينبثق منه ثرضا غزيرا أي كثيرا وفيرا. Before I could argue with those two people or I could engage a healthy argument, the others were brimming with milk. So I said, okay, let me just hold back now. وأخذ الرجل الآخر حجرا مجوفا من الأرض. And the other gentleman, he grabbed a hollow stone from the floor. وملأه باللبن, he put it there and they filled the vessel with milk. شرب هو وصاحبه ثم سقيان معهما. He drank, his companion drank. They offered me. I said, yeah, well, this doesn't belong to the master, so let's go for it, man. This is like now bonus coming on from somewhere. So I don't think this infringes on my principles of trust. ثم سقيان معهما. They presented it to me. I said, okay, that's fine. وأنا لا أكاد أصدق ما أرى. And I'm still having difficulty in digesting what I've seen. Anyway, I drank till I was saturated. The two gentlemen had their share. It's all over and it's time to now separate, and they move their way. So عند ذلك قلت للرجل المبارك علمني من هذا القول الذي قلته. I said to this blessed human who performed this miracle, uncle, if you don't mind, would you teach me that skill, that art? I mean, if I know this here, I think I'm set for life. Imagine a touch on the car and the gas is full. So please, while we're parting, if you want to disseminate that words that you were hymning and reciting. So this man said to me, إِنَّكَ غُلَامٌ مُعَلَّمٌ. Listen, boy, you've got an amazing quality of honesty. You have a profound quality of trustworthiness. You hold on to that and soon we will be united. You hold on to your quality. From here it's only going ahead. I said, okay, they separate. وَكَمَا أَحَبَّ. Now the big question. I guess you've gathered by now. Who were these two gentlemen? None other than the Prophet ﷺ and Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu.